Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti, hoping you guys are having a good day. And above all else, that you're looking after yourselves and one another. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with day two of 12 albums of Christmas. I'm again joined by Mr. Santa Claus down below and Peter frickin' Cottontail to my left on the screen, otherwise known as Jim Bricker and Mr. Ken Cheshire. How's it going, guys?
Going well.
Wow.
That's good. That's good. I'm trying to keep a straight face, but as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, I can't do it. Not with that costume on. I'm sorry, Ken, I can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to discuss our 12 albums of Christmas. Now, we have put together a list that we feel are uh, 12 albums with Christmas themes that we feel have, I guess you could say, touched us in various ways or just have fond memories for us when we listen to them. So as I look at my screen here, I am going to go with Mr. Peter Cottontail for this episode.
Okay, Armando. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Day 11. My choice. I thought of you when I chose this album. From 1990. The album has the incredibly imaginative title of The Christmas Album. And it's by the Canadian Brass. I love the Canadian Brass. I really do like brass in general. In high school, I played French horn, trumpet, baritone, all that kind of stuff. So I did a lot of brass ensembles, early. But there's just something about, brass quartets and quintets and sextets that just sound like Christmas. Back in the old days when you'd have Santa Claus on the sidewalk ringing the bell and have a brass quartet playing, right there on the sidewalk of the city.
Mhm.
They did many Christmas albums, but this is the first one I ever owned. 23 tracks. It's got both traditional carols and some Renaissance and Baroque, following in my pattern of associating Christmas with older music. Again, no Dua Lipa here. So, yeah, Canadian Brass, the Christmas album in 1990, and I recommend any of their Christmas albums. They're just wonderful. But I bought this when it came out, and I still listen to it every year.
Ken, is that the album that has their version of Carol of the Bells on it?
Yes.
That is a fan. I love that version of that song.
Oh yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty. Okay. That blasted cigar. My God. Okay. All right. Down to Jim for his pick for day two or day 11, depending on how much eggnog you've been having.
Fair
And
enough.
uh, what's your pick?
My pick, I'm sticking with a guitar-based theme. My day one pick was California Guitar Trio. My pick today is a solo guitar album by one half of the band The Innocence Mission. You may remember them with they had a pretty big hit called Bright as Yellow, which was from the early to mid 90s. Um, the Innocence Mission is a husband-wife team of Don Paris and Karen Paris. And this is Don's solo guitar album called Brighter Visions Beam Afar. This is a very, very quiet Christmas album. Something that you can put on for the entire family, but if you're having an upbeat Christmas soiree, this would not be the album to put on because it just doesn't have that vibe. But it is introspective, contemplative, quiet, gentle, but not morose at all. This is not a down tempo Christmas album. It's all solo guitar about 3/4 of the track are solo acoustic. The other ones are kind of some lo-fi electric guitar going on. And
Mhm.
this covers pretty much all the bases. Whether it's again Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring, Away in a Manger, Angels We Have Heard on High. For the Charlie Brown Christmas freaks out there, you have For Elise as a Christmas song. Um, it's just really wonderful, and it's on all the streaming services. I remember just sampling, I think, a couple of minutes of this from Bandcamp when it first came out in 2007, and it was just insta buy. It just had it just had the flair, the economy, the soulfulness that just really kind of spoke of a peaceful Christmas gathering. Very, very good album. Highly recommended. Don Paris, which is Peris, and called Brighter Visions Beam Afar. Highly recommended.
Okay.
Is this similar to the Tuck Andrus albums?
Um, I would say no. I've only heard one of Tuck Andrus's albums, and that was quite a long time ago. Andrus has a lot more, I'll call it flair and panache, like a Demiola at
Okay,
times. Um, Paris is pretty straightforward. Not that this is not a guitar freak album, but it's
got it.
definitely a deep playing guitar album.
Got it.
Okay.
Good.
Interesting. Good choice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your Cottontail, Mr. Claus. My
Yes.
my pick for again, uh, day 11 or the second day, depending, how the boozes hit you by this point in time, is Dolly Parton with Holly Dolly Christmas. Now
Hey.
my list is gonna go all over the map. Okay, and just be warned. This was released in 2022. This is the I guess you call it the deluxe version. The original release had 13 tracks. This has 20 tracks on it. Now, you know, for me, people are gonna say, "Oh, Dolly Parton, country artist. She, hasn't really done anything." You know what? You're wrong if you're thinking that. She is a hell of a smart businesswoman. And as a side note, if you can get Jimmy Page and Robert Plant to give you their permission to record a bluegrass version of Stairway to Heaven,
Yep.
you get my vote, sister. I swear to God, I'm telling you right now. Um, it's a mixture of the Christmas standards, Holy Jolly Christmas, but there's also some original compositions, Christmas themed, done, duets done with Michael Bublé. She does a duet called Cuddle Up, Cozy Down Christmas with Michael Bublé. She does a version of All I Want for Christmas Is You with, of all people, Jimmy Fallon. And you know what? Corny, or what? It works. It does work. And I'm sorry, this is just fantastic. She also does a duet called Pretty Paper with Willie Nelson. I believe he wrote it. Yeah. And you know, and she ends the album with a fantastic version of Silent Night. So, I mean, if you want to think out of the box a little bit in terms of listening, if country music really isn't your flavor or your taste, give this a chance. Okay. I mean, it is fantastic. Okay. She also does a version of Baby It's Cold Outside with duet with Rod Stewart, of all people. But yeah, corny or not, it is what it is, and it is simply fantastic. So from my pick for the 11th day or day 2 is Dolly Parton with Holly Dolly Christmas. All right.
You said that was a deluxe edition?
Well, it's a It's considered
And-
a deluxe edition.
Okay,
Because
does that make it a double D edition?
no, it's all caught that late.
Too low. Too low.
Ladies and gentlemen, our show just got down to an R rating. Okay.
You're having a blue Christmas now.
Never mind. Okay, we won't go there. But well,
Yeah.
Christmas is busting out all over.
I can't do that. I can't even go there. I don't have enough penicillin to get through that. Okay, so I'm not even gonna go there. So
He said bust.
but I mean,
I did.
no,
Yes.
again, ladies and gentlemen, most of these albums do have, if you're looking at the Christmas music and type of music in terms of the, the carols and stuff, the traditional stuff, most of these albums have those songs, but they're done in different arrangements, and there are some original compositions included on these albums. And Dolly Parton is not an artist I usually mention on the channel. Yes, I did a review of her album Rockstar a year ago, but you know what? Good music is good music. And,
Yeah.
and she is who she is. And you know what? She's Dolly. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just a point on that, if I may, not a point on Dolly, but just kind of in general.
Yes.
There are a ton of Christmas albums, new ones that come out every year, reissues that come out every year, repackaging, retitling, all this different stuff. Consider this just our contribution in trying to cut through the noise to
Yes.
some of the like superior albums, that we think are out there that, deserve a listen and checking out. If you're intrigued by how we describe it, by all means, give it a taste.
Check them out. Again, I've always said, don't take our word for it. You can check them out on YouTube before you go buy them if you want to buy them. Again, we just want to have fun with these set of episodes, and just to give you a bit of a different spin on things. So there you have it, guys. For the 11th day, or day 2 of 12 albums of Christmas. I want to thank again Peter Cottontail, or Peter frickin' Cottontail, otherwise known as Ken, and Mr. Santa Claus, otherwise known as Jim, for joining myself, Armando, the lonely elf here. Please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content I've got coming up. And we'll see you with our next episode of 12 Albums of Christmas. Bye for now.